everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I thought we'd do something that I've started this channel doing and I haven't done it for a few weeks, so I thought I'd get back into doing it. I started this channel making videos called theme park advice videos where I used to talk about everything Disney and all the parks in Orlando and what they had to offer. I've already done a video on Magic Kingdom and Epcot, and this week we're going to be talking about Hollywood Studios. Basically in this video I just give some advice and what I would say to a friend if they were going to the parks, and just a few tips and tricks to make their time there a lot more easier and a lot more pleasant. For this video today I'm actually wearing a Hollywood Tower Hotel jumper to get into the kind of theme for today's video of Hollywood Studios, and I'm so excited to film this video. For this video today I'm only doing 7 of my tips. In the past 2 videos before I've done 10 tips, but I thought of only 7 important ones for this video. And Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom are actually smaller parks compared to Epcot and Magic Kingdom in my personal opinion. I think I think they just flow a bit easier and it's easier to do stuff in them parks rather than the bigger parks like Epcot and Magic Kingdom. So I'm just going to stick to 7 for this video. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and put a like and comment in the description, and let's get on to the video. Just so you're aware, I might refer to Hollywood Studios as MGM. It did used to be called MGM, but it's later been changed to Disney Hollywood Studios. However, I still call it MGM a lot of the time. So just note if I do mention it as that, they do mean the same things and it's just me getting confused. Like I said, Hollywood Studios is a relatively small park. However, it is still very important to have a plan for it. There's a lot of stuff that's on and a lot of stuff that's going on, so it's still good to have a list of stuff you want to achieve and stuff you want to do, even though it is a smaller park. My first tip for this park is that a lot of their attractions are based on specific times. You can't just come and go on them as you please. A lot of MGM's attractions are actually shows, so they have specific time frames when they're on, and if you miss it you've got to wait till the next one. For example, they've got the Little Mermaid show, Beauty and the Beast and Frozen sing-along. They've got loads more going on as well, but they're the 3 that popped into my head right then. But basically they all have specific times when they're shown. If you miss the time when they start, then you have to wait till the next viewing, which could mean you're waiting in line unnecessarily. So just make sure if you want your day to run smoothly and you want to get the most out of your day, you know the times that the shows are on that you want to watch and you go to the shows for the specific times. Then you won't have to wait in queue if you don't want to, and it will just make you be able to do more things during your day. My second tip for Disney Hollywood Studios is that there are 2 shows on in the evening and it is almost impossible to watch them both on the same day. Disney Hollywood Studios has 2 shows, one of them being Disney's Fantasmic, which is located around the back of the Beauty and the Beast theatre, and also the Star Wars fireworks, which are projected on the Chinese theatre in the middle of the main street in Disney Hollywood Studios. When the Fantasmic show finishes, you walk out along the road which the Star Wars fireworks are on while they are going off, and you are actually able to see them. However, the cast members in Disney don't let you stop and watch them as you hold up the queue and everyone else trying to get out. They're really strict on it and they make you walk all the way to the exit. I'm sure if you ask them you could try and jump into watching it in the queue, in the designated space for everyone to watch it, but there won't be a lot of space and you won't get a particularly good space because you would have walked in just as they were beginning. The best way to tackle this situation is just go on 2 separate nights and watch them both. The rest of the Disney parks only really have 1 show going on every night, so you should be able to go back to MGM twice and watch it. But it's just important to note if you were planning on watching both the shows in one evening that you more or less won't be able to, especially if you're in a bigger group. My third tip is to make sure you get to Fantasmic early if you're planning to watch it. I normally get there about an hour to an hour and a half before. I know this sounds like a lot, but honestly that theatre fills up so quickly, and if you want to get a decent space then that's the best way to do it. Disney do really try and squish a lot of people in that theatre, but when they run out of room, they run out of room. The best way to get the best view and the best space you want is to just get there early and stay there and stake it out. There's food trucks there and drinks on offer and lots of things being done, so the time does go quickly. and it is a really fun atmosphere and experience. If you are planning to watch Fantasmic and it is the only time you're going to watch it during your holiday, definitely get there early to make the most out of it. My fourth piece of advice for MGM is to make sure that you go and take the time to watch One Man's Dream. This is basically situated in the middle of the park, I would say, and it's basically a little museum dedicated to Walt Disney and everything he created during his life. They've got bits of memorabilia there and things that helped him create what he's known for today, and it's just a really interesting place to go. It also has a short show at the end of it which you can choose to watch or not watch, which basically runs you through his journey. It's just a really lovely place to go and visit and really opens my mind to how this place was created and that you can literally do anything. So please go in and look at it if you get the opportunity to. I find it so interesting, all the little models of everything that's there, and it's just a really lovely place to go, especially if you want to get out of the heat or relax for a little bit, and I think a lot of people miss it. My fifth tip is comparing Tower of Terror to Rock'n Roller Coaster, and more importantly the queuing process. On your My Disney Experience app you can only buy a fast pass for one of the two. You can't have a fast pass for both rides on the same day as they are both in the same category. So personally I would say to choose queuing for Tower of Terror over queuing for the Rock'n Roller Coaster. This is basically just because when you queue for Tower of Terror you're going all through the hotel, and it's actually quite an interesting queue. There's lots to look at, there's lots to experience, whereas in Rock'n Roller Coaster you are just literally going back and forth on yourself between brick walls, and it is so boring. So whenever I get the fast pass, I normally get a fast pass for Rock'n Roller Coaster and then queue it out for Disney's Tower of Terror. You can get quite lucky with Tower of Terror and actually not really have to wait particularly long at all. But if it comes to a point where the wait times are very similar and you can only get a fast pass for one of them, I definitely recommend getting it for Rock'n Roller Coaster rather than the Tower of Terror. My sixth tip for Disney Hollywood Studios is that when exiting the park at the end of the night, sometimes it is better to walk to your car rather than to get the tram. The park gets extremely busy at the end of the night. Like I said, there's two shows on every night, Disney's Fantasmic and the Star Wars fireworks, so there is an awful lot of people in the park, and they both finish at more or less the same time. So everyone ends up exiting the park at the same time, which makes it extremely busy, extremely overwhelming, and just hectic. Like I said earlier, the Disney cast does have a very good way of getting everyone out the park and is very structured and try and makes the process as calm as it can be, but it is still very hectic and there is a lot of people around. As you know, there is a tram service that runs through the car park that drops you off by your car. However, at the end of the night, for Disney Hollywood Studios especially, I think it is easier to walk to your car. It will take a lot less time, you won't have to queue for the tram, and you will be at your car and driving home a lot quicker. If you take this route to walk to your car, there is also a set of toilets located outside the park, which means you can cut the queues, not go to the toilet inside the park. I don't feel like many people know about this as they're never particularly busy. I always use them, but I would definitely recommend, if you do need the toilet when you're leaving the park at that very busy time, to wait till you get outside the park and use the ones there, as they'll be a lot less crowded and a much nicer experience. My last tip for this video also relates to this part of the night when everyone is leaving the park, and it is that the quickest way to exit the park is through the shops. You can use this obviously during the day as well, but it's especially important when you are trying to leave the park with everyone else that is already in the park. So basically in the main street of Disney Hollywood Studios there are loads of shops and they're all linked up together, and hardly anyone goes through them as everyone's being directed to go through the middle of the street. And basically if you go through these shops there will hardly be any crowds at all, and you can just weave your way through the shops, and it's a lot quicker and a lot easier, especially if you don't like big crowds and maybe you get anxious with them. It's definitely the best route to take. I always take this route out of the parks as it just is a lot calmer for me and I get to the end a lot quicker. It's also good if maybe you get detached from a family member and you lose them, you can get to the end of the park a lot quicker as well. That's it for this video. That video seemed to go so quickly. I hope you got something to take away from this video and I've helped you if you're planning your next trip to Disney. Please let me know if you are. I'm so excited for you. Below I'm going to link my other 2 videos that I've made relating to the same topic of Magic Kingdom and Epcot tips. Stay tuned as there will be an Animal Kingdom tips going up very soon. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Again, please remember to like and subscribe if you liked the video, and please leave a comment telling me about your trips for Disney's Hollywood Studios. I really want to start making more Disney videos for this channel as I do really love Disney and I think I've got a lot of information to be shared. Please let me know if you want to see more of that, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Thank you, bye!